Commanders Field holds a little more than 80,000, and they have come out in droves here in Landover, Maryland. Here's Austin Seibert now to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium in Landover. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Right to the air is Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
What a start here to the ball game. You get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Here's Daniels. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Off the play fake, Daniels. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And got his man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Come on, come on.
To throw is Daniels. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And the Commanders are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
From the 2, here's first and goal.
Get it.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Commanders. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. First catch so far by Chase. It's a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
In motion goes the tight end. From midfield now, Burrow. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow on play action. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
11.
Now it's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Here we go.
This is Brown going up the middle. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9.
Gun.
Burrow will throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. Here's Burrow. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Fourth down, but Burrow stays put. They're going for it.
Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone.
11, Thomas.
And Burrow going to throw again. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He put that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Second and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. Got a man open. It's Chase. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To the air again, Burrow. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
11 MC Tank. 11 Thomas. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
11 MC Tank. 11 MC Tank. 11.
Now Burrow. Flushed out right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here we go.
Brown. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. McPherson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of the team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15.
On the ready.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now Daniels. Man open, here is Crowder. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. Open man is Noah Brown. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
He's got a man complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
And the Bengals first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
He'll drop to throw. Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Mike Gesicki, as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And incomplete on the deep ball. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Let's go now. Ready.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And they'll get it on just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Rig, go.
Play action, now it's Daniels. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll work from the 36 on second and 6.
Trap 60.
Daniels looking to throw. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And now third down and 6 to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Start.
To the air goes Daniels. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Get it.
Here's Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draw.
Touchdown! Terry McLaurin from 10 yards out. And the Commanders have retaken a third-quarter lead. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's caught, Andre Yoshivas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now at Commanders Field. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4.
Here we go, here we go. Mighty. 11 mighty. God.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
A good position to be in here, second and inches.
Now it's Burrow.
And that one complete once again to Higgins. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
They try and run forward here with Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal?
Brown once more. But he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2.
12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12.
They'll try and run it in with Brown.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Chase Brown from a yard out. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
They get 1 more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive.
And he'll get this to the 32.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Ready, ready. Go.
He'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Track 60. Let's go now. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
But just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10.
Ready? 19 Lions.
Back to throw. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
18 Rattlers. Ready?
He's back to throw. That is caught. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
Come on. Step Buffalo 18. Ready?
They'll look to throw. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Here's 1st and 10.
18, Pioneer. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Let go.
To throw is Daniels. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
So now you're in range to tie things with a field goal, but they still have plenty of time to work for a game winner, and they're trying to do so. Nice job defensively to force incompletion there.
Here we go. Stack. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
Back to throw again. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Trap 60. Trap 60. Get it. Mustang 19. Broncos.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition. Work in the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
Ready.
A big play needed, no doubt.
Dragon 60.
3rd and long.
Set. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Nineteen tight.
Now Daniels. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. Charles, in these lower-scoring games, you know it better than anybody. Points are at such a premium, but taking care of the football is king. They played turnover-free from whistle to whistle, and they come through with a victory.
Yeah, and that's what won them the game, because even doing it that way, being that clean partner, they weren't able to really run away with this game. So that tells us just how important it was to make sure you played mistake-free football. That led to the victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.
Banked by the Ohio River and the city's abundance of hills. We're at Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And we're off and running at Paycor Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Daniel's going to throw to get us started. We'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
From the 37. Looking for a target. Now they force him out left. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And the Commanders will have a first.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Let's go. Ready?
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. Another try following the sack. He's on the move.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Ready?
To throw, Daniels. Brought in right side. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Ready?
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Searches from... This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Offense up to the line fast. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. That's complete. McLaurin along the sideline. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's only 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Trying to run in. Eckler. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Working quickly here. Eckler does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Daniels now. Escapes the pocket. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Right to the air, Burrow. Complete out to the right side. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. All down by Dorrance Armstrong. Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They still have 10 to go here. It's 2nd down. They motion a receiver left. Burrow from the gun. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
12, 12, 12.
1st down, Burrow to throw. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Gun. Shot.
They bring Higgins in motion left.
Start.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Start.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Throwing the out route complete. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Start.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Nabbed along the sideline by Higgins. And he's down to the 8 before going out. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Here we go. Here we go.
They bring Higgins in motion left.
Start.
Has it on the slant. The rookie from Michigan, there that time. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
11 MT. 11 MT. Start.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals finish up their opening drive. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Come on. Come on.
They'll start the drive with Eckler. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
From the 29. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
19 Lions.
Daniels on 1st down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
2nd down and 10. Daniels. On the move, headed right. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Wide open down the field, and he has it! And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6.
Ready.
Robinson on the inside give. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He gets him halfway there with a 3-yard gain. They'll need 3 more on 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
A final throw before the break. Chased out to his right. And oh, he got it! Interception! Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. And the Bengals intercept the final throw for the end zone, and that is how our first half's going to end. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback.
I'm fine. Ready?
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Here we go. 11, 11. 11, Thomas. Todd.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Todd.
Burrow out of the shotgun. It is caught left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Here we go. Todd.
From the gun, again to Brown. He'll cobble together a yard there. All down by Dorrance Armstrong. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Todd.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Here we go. Here we go. Todd.
Burrow setting up the play action. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, Can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
Ready, set.
They're out and set. First and 10.
18 Rattler. Ready. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Forced out to his right. He's keeping it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
18, 5 here.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Let's go. Cut 19. Cut 19.
From just shy of midfield on second down. Buys time, rolling right. He's got the ball on the sideline. Ooh, difficult play, small gain, but it counts. First down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
On first down, here's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. Trying again, following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, Daniels. It's taken in by Eckler. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Offense up to the line fast. Back to throw it. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this third quarter. So after... Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for first and 10.
Gun. Got.
Burrow now against a blitz. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go. Twelve.
They motion the tight end over. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
On 2, ready?
All right, here we go. Second down.
Here we go.
They bring Higgins in motion left.
Stop.
Burrow from the gun. Cut out left. He's still going at the 30. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on the play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
We all know these receivers are so dangerous just in how well they get open and work the field, then put the ball in their hands, and they become even more dangerous after the catch. They start looking for those lanes to turn small catches into massive gains.
On one, right?
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play.
11, Thomas. 11. Stop.
On first down, here's Burrow. They did it! He made the interception! Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders have some new life in the fourth.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. First and 10.
Check, go.
Play fake here. Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That's an incredible sack, Kate, from them. It does more than just back them up a mile on second down. There's an immediate sense of desperation that comes from an offense. You can just feel it as a quarterback in the huddle. When you take a sack like that, now they got to dig themselves out of this hole.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long.
Second pirate. 19 tight.
Another try following the sack. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Come on. 70 Ranger.
Looking to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Handoff now to Eckler. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
On the jump.
They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9.
18 rattle. 60 Bobcat.
Back to throw. Throw complete to Eckler. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Get it. 60 Maverick. Cut 19.
Setting up to pass. He's on the move. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
Here he is to throw. It's caught, Eckler. And he goes out of bounds after getting them to the 7. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Ready?
He'll look to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
One final shot here. On the move, headed right. It's intercepted. That will do it. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. And the Bengals will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. So the Bengals pick up the win in this one. And it's going to be remembered quite a bit for the defensive effort right there at the end to steal away the last bits of hope from the opposing sideline with that interception, Brock, and officially end this game. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Cincinnati.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome, as we come to you from Commanders Field here in Landover, Maryland. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go in our nation's capital.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position. Past the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
Ready.
It's Eckler again. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 13 yards there at a Washington first.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Ready.
Up the middle with Eckler. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Go.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's second down.
On the set. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Tag.
Throwing now is Daniels.
Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Now Daniels. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6.
It's your set.
Right back to Brown. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon.
Here we go.
Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And they go play action now. Burrow. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the...
I'm one, ready?
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Gun. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Here we go.
This is Brown on the draw play. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
So on 4th down, Ryan Rico on to punt for the Bengals.
Fielded at the 43. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good blocking there, and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Let's go. Ready?
Daniels looking to throw.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
To the air goes Daniels. That's caught left side by Simmons.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Here's Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Noah Brown from 17 yards out. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Here we go.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week.
Oh, another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go.
To throw is Daniels. Got a man, it's Brown. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Come on.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Washington.
Zach Ertz, as the first half is winding down.
And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Daniel's going to try to sneak.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
Jaden Daniels.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Commanders take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, Charles, after the first quarter was just complete disaster for them, everything has flipped. I mean, it's 180 degrees in the other direction now here in quarter 2.
Championship effort right there. How about them marching almost the length of the field, coming through on their final opportunity to get the win? This is one that this team will remember forever, as well as their fans.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
One, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Seibert now to kick this thing away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9. Now Burrow. He'll look underneath and finds Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now it's Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 30 yards. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The rookie from LSU leading this offense well. A good throw there leads to a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Got a man open. It's Chase. From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 7. Burrow looking to pass. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
11.
They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 23 yards on the play. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Thomas.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. And that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give them a new set of downs. Here's Burrow. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Gesicki hauling in the quick throw. And the Bengals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Brown is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
McPherson now for the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14.
Next to fix the score. Commanders 35, Bengals 14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles, the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Ready. Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure, they got him again. So a victory here for the Commanders. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.